What's going on, everybody? We're finna get ready to get this show started. And we are getting ready. Titans, Texans about to get ready to kick off. And we are coming on in hot and live. Welcome into the show. I am your man, Chris, aka Blue Enforcer, aka The Truth. And we are going to have a very good time today. And as the Titans and Texans get ready to kick off again, make sure y'all share this show out, whether it be on Facebook, Instagram, or X, Twitter. We finna get ready to get this show on the road. The Titans are gonna get the ball first to begin this game. I hope everybody had a very Merry Christmas and get ready to head into a very happy New Year, into a happy 2024. So we're definitely excited about that as well. Um, ooh, Will Anderson is starting for the Houston Texans. Of course, he was had been out for some time, but he is in, and he's gonna be playing. I don't know how quickly they're gonna bring him up to speed again. Make sure if y'all come on in, subscribe to the channel, and give a like to the show as well. First and 10, Levis gives Derrick Henry his 2,000th carry as a member of the Titans, and maybe picks up a couple of yards there. But we got Will Levis at quarterback, unfortunately starting at left tackle. They've basically already given up on Jalen Duncan as well. And for some reason they just won't try Skoronski at left tackle. They're going back to Andre Dillard. So be weary of that. Levis going deep has Burks, and Burks, he nearly had it and drops it. Would have been a big play if he could have gotten to Burks. But that's one thing about Will Levis. He wants to take the big shot, and it's just outside of the stretch of Traylon Burks. Still, Burks probably could have brought that one in. Of course, Kyle Phillips, Trey Avery, Travis Gibson, Calvin Throckmorton, Quinn Bohanna, and Trevon Wesco, along with, of course, Malik, not playing in this game. So we have 3rd and 6 now. We got everybody in D09. And Michael Keeve, yep. Levis back to throw. Tried to go to Chig and completely missed him. And it looks like the Titans are going to have to punt the football away. But they said a timeout was called before the play happened, which is very interesting. I mean, you're using your first timeout already on the first drive of the game. Something wasn't right, and I don't like the sound of that. We got Michael Key. We got AZ Big. Again, make sure y'all share the show out, whether it's Titans or Texan fans. I will be doing that in just a bit as well. And y'all come on in. We're going to have a very good time on this New Year's Eve, the last live stream of 2023. 3rd and 6 again. So looks like pressure could be coming up the middle. Levis back to pass. Anderson's in. Levis just get the play off, and Desmond King nearly had a pick six. And I mean, Desmond King, ever since the Titans released him, he's been on a hunt to prove the Titans wrong. I mean, Will Anderson nearly got to Levis. He was going for Chris Brown on that out route, and Desmond King nearly was about to take it to the house. And so the Titans are going to have to, the usual, punt it away. So this was a run pass punt. Oh, and Ty Zettner just Testing. Okay, there we go. Just making sure I was back. But CJ Stroud giving to looks like Devin Singletary, who had a heck of a game against us the last time, who had over 126 yards. X says, good luck today. Appreciate it. We need it. Good luck to y'all too. Well, very much so. The Tennessee Titans are going to have to figure out a way defensively to stop the run because they struggled the last time. Stroud back to pass, second down. Quick pass out to Devin Singletary. Maybe gets about a couple of yards shy of the first down. And that sets up a third and short for the Houston Texans. But this game is a big game for both sides. The Titans are 0-4 in the division. They need a win in the worst way. The Texans trying to inch closer to the playoffs. And the Titans, and on 3rd and 3, quick pass across the middle to Noah Brown and a first down for the Houston Texans. Tackled by Roger McCreary. And this Titan team, of course, no Christian Fulton. Trey Avery's not playing in this game. So, you got Eric Guerra is going to have to cover in there. And it could be a long day for this Titan defense as McCreary has to come off the field. And we're already thin at corner as it is. I mean, we're already thin as it is at corner. And now a nickel guy is out. Quick toss to Devin Singletary. Singletary running hard. Might have picked up about 7 yards on that play. And that, again, is one of the problems the Titans have had is controlling the run game. And again, y'all, hopefully everybody's still with me, making sure my sound is good. Looks like it is. Hopefully everybody is had a very good holiday and have a nice time going into the new year. So he picked up 8 on that first down run, and it looks like he's going to pick up a first down here. I mean, the Titans offense did not get off to a good start, and the Texan offense looks like they're on the move yet again. But I will tell you, the entire Amy Adams Struck and her entire family is at this game because the games against Houston are personal. And then a nice route out to Nico Collins, who picks up the first down, who did not play in the last game. A nice throw and catch here by CJ Stroud. Very impressed. I mean, gets it out quickly. The route develops quickly. And the Tennessee Titans right now don't seem to have any kind of an answer for what the Texans are doing right now. 2nd and 1, pickup of 9 for Nico Collins. And so coming into this game, the Tennessee Titans at 5-10 need a win in the worst way. Toss to Devin Singletary. And Singletary picks up the first down. That's their 3rd first down, I believe. Yes, their 3rd first down of this drive. And right now, the Texans are in total control of this game, and the Tennessee Titans have had absolutely no answer for what for what this Texas team is doing. And this could bode bad for the Texans. I mean, bad for the Titans later in the game. Again, quick give to Singletary. This time, Marlon Davidson wraps him up. Maybe picks up about one. And so now we got 2nd and 9. Again, y'all make sure y'all share this show out. Y'all come on in, leave a comment. Definitely make sure you give a like to the show as well. CJ Stroud fakes the reverse and gives a screen to Robert Woods. Robert Woods pushing forward, picks up a first down and a little bit more. And again, another former Titan in Robert Woods who wants to stick it to his old team. And right now, the Tennessee Titans have no answer, have no way of stopping this Texan offense right now. And you could tell guys like Robert Woods and Desmond King have a little extra juice to them. And right now, this Texan team knows the Titans are weak in the secondary. Roger McCreary back in, attack them. And now give to Xavier Hutchinson, the rookie receiver out of Iowa State, on a jet sweep. Maybe picks up about one, maybe not, maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. Again, make sure y'all give a like to this show if you're coming on in. Definitely help me out, help the channel out as we head into I would like as a new year, as a gift going into New Year's, everybody that's on this show, come give a like. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel as well. CJ Stroud rolling out, waiting for something to open, and he just throws it away. I mean, again, it kind of hurts you a whole lot more because CJ Stroud looks like was the quarterback the Titans really wanted. And of course, Diana Rossini puts out the report about the trade, the trade that looks like was getting put together between the Titans and the Texans, and that it was for CJ Stroud. And then of course, they're not coming from Mike Vrabel. Mike Vrabel pretty much opened up his mouth and might have messed things up. Stroud back to pass again, a little high, intended for Noah Brown on 3rd and goal. Coverage by Sean Murphy Bunting. And so the Houston Texans are going to come on for a field goal attempt. And so the Texans get the kick up. The kick is good. Field goal is good, but the Texans this time get on the board first. And we'll start off with a 3-0 lead. And the Titans will come back onto the field for the next drive. But even though the Titans only gave up 3 in that situation, the way that whole drive went, it just tells me the defense could be in for a very long day. Lou, man, I saw you on A to Z Sports earlier, man, but glad to have you. And so, the Titans are looking for something to hope for. And I know a lot of you fans out there are just looking for something to hope for. That's what you want. You need some hope. And And I get it. I understand. And you're hoping that Will Levis can go shot for shot with CJ Stroud, because this could be the beginning of a heck of a rivalry. And it very well could be. Like, I really think that could be definitely a possibility. Dion said, let's see some consistency with this offense. And that is a very good point. Miss Margarita and totally agree. Long day, happy new year. Well, we're definitely about a little under 12 hours away from the new year. Also want to give a shout out to the Titans fan club of Memphis. As To the Titans fan club of Memphis, giving a shout out to them. Hopefully that they're having a good time at the House of Samurai. I will be returning next week. Would have been there today, but had to work today, and then I agreed to work for someone tomorrow instead of having my off day. So now I kind of wished I didn't do that, but still, it is what it is. I'll take a little extra money. Ms. Jackson said, hopeful for a new head coach. I am too, but I have slowly decided not to get my hopes up for that, because we know how much Miss Amy Adams Strong loves her some Mike Vrabel. We know she loves him like he is her own son. And Fairbairn kicks it off, and it will go in the end zone for a touchback. And the Titans are going to be back on the field again. We'll see if this next drive is better than their first, but they're going to have to protect Levis, because with Andre Dillard starting at left tackle, that's a problem. And that's going to be they're saying that an extra lineman is eligible, and I'm like, are they sure they reported after what happened last night with the Lions and the Cowboys? And I think the Lions might have got robbed there. Might have gotten robbed there. Quick pass out to DeAndre Hopkins on the screen route. Another game, at least with a catch. And we do have an extra lineman, probably to give Andre Dillard some help. Give to Derrick Henry going left. Needed 6, and he does get it. So that is a first down for the King. And so the Tennessee, this Titan offense, you got to have some consistency that Derrick comes off the field in favor of Tajay Spears on this first down, which I'm like, you keep him in there. But 1st and 10 for the Titans. Give inside to Tajay. Tajay trying to creep through, and he may use this. He can use his small frame to kind of sneak through underneath those big trees of defensive linemen. Picks up about 5 on that first play for him. And now Derrick Henry back in the game here on 2nd and 5. But I agree, DO9. The Lions got robbed. The refs should have been held more accountable. I agree. Like, Dan Campbell had every reason to be upset. He has a legitimate case. Almost a bad snap. Give to Derrick Henry. Derrick getting close to the first down. He might be about maybe 2 yards shy, maybe a yard shy. And again, I don't like this idea. It's like they bring Henry in for a play, take Henry off for a play. I don't really like this strategy. I'm like, it's 3rd and 3. If it's 3rd and 3 or less, you leave Derrick Henry in the game. which means they're probably going to pass 9 times out of 10. 3rd and 3 from about from their own 42. They get to Tajay Spears. He might be a bit short. And it looks like they're short, and they're going to go for it here on 4th and 1. Again, I don't know why the King isn't in here. Levis on the throw, gets it to DeAndre Hopkins, and Hopkins got it, and that is a first down for the Tennessee Titans. Not a bad play call there. Play action on 4th and 1, thinking that they're going to run inside. Again, I am worried about Andre Dillpickler because I think he's going to get Will Levis hit quite a few times in this game. Titans on the move. 3:45 to go here in the first quarter. Titans down 3-0. 1st and 10. They're on the enemy side for the first time. Quick pass out. They tried to go to Tajay Spears on a curl route. Tajay can't cradle it in. Yeah, Spears better catch. Tajay got to catch that. See, he's already kind of turning upfield before he secures it. And that gave the linebacker a chance to kind of pop him and knock that ball out. So now we got 2nd and 10 now at the Texan 43-yard line. Play clock coming down. Got a couple seconds left. They try to go a quick handoff to Tajay, and it looked like that play was dead because the clock was rolling down so quick. And then, of course, Miami and Baltimore are going at it. Probably a preview of the AFC Championship game, maybe. Maybe an AFC Championship game preview, possibly. I like how there are some big games late in the year that mean something. Levis on 3rd and 15. Oh, he had the pressure and was throwing deep. It was definitely looked like it was not going to be anywhere close to Chris Moore, and probably could have been picked off, another pick off, but the Texan defense gets off the field. The Titans get nothing. And so now, Titans got to punt again. Zentner, punt, try to pin them deep, and it looks like they will. But the Tennessee Titans, offensively, they had a little bit going, but you had a Spears drop. You had a Spears drop that might have messed up the drive a little bit, and now the Titans are kind of on their heels. So we're closing in towards the end of the first quarter. Texans up 3-0, and they get the ball back to continue this first quarter. So how are y'all feeling about this game? What are your expectations for this game? Let me know in the comments section. Again, my Blue Enforcer 4 points to victory were try to block out the noise and the crowd early, but the problem is the Texan crowd is kind of in it right now. Number 2, use the pass to set up the run. I thought they were kind of starting to do that, but you got to make some plays on that for that to happen. Do a better job versus the run. Well, that remains to be seen right now. And then last but not least, keep C.J. Stroud off rhythm and no cushion. Problem is, it looked like C.J. Stroud had a little bit of rhythm on that last drive, and that doesn't bode well. And so this Titan team is like, you know, as I've heard somebody say on X, the Titans have no margin for error at all. And, you know, when you have negative plays and then you have some drop passes that you need to catch, that doesn't help you at all. Excuse me for that. And so AOK said, get Burks off my team. Get Burks off my team. I mean, I'm kind of ready to be out on Burks too. Luke said, same plays over and over. Vrabel just love running. He does. And again, if you have a good game and you lose close, then that's fine. But if you get blown out, that could be a problem. And Miss Amy, Kenneth Adams, Barclay, they're all up in the box in Houston somewhere watching intently, as is Rand Carthon as well. Rand Carthon watching too. Excuse me. Vrabel scared to throw the ball. I agree. I said you got to use the pass to set up the run. And right now, again, as I've said before and some others, and I've heard people say it before, Vrabel wants to win a game 13-10, 17-14. He wants that low score game. Stroud got pressure, got it out to Devin Singletary, picks up a few positive yards on 2nd and 8, and it probably sets up about a 3rd and maybe 6. Blitz was coming. But yeah, McCreary came on that blitz, forced Stroud to kind of let it go a little bit early. He is probably one of the bright spots of this secondary is McCreary. Because, I mean, the thing about him, he's a dog. He is a dog. He may not be a fast dog, but he is a dog. He plays his tail off. 3rd and 5 now. Stroud tries to get it out to Dalton Schultz. Good coverage there by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And for the first time in this game, the Texans will have to punt. I mean, a very good job there by Sean Murphy-Bunting there on the coverage. And so now 4th and 5. And, of course, there is a flag. Caleb Murphy goes all into the kicker, and, well, I don't know if you're going to get roughing the kicker or running into the kicker. Yeah, and I mean, Murphy's got to know, okay, I got to stop. I got to stop. And so that's a bad penalty because you give him a 1st down. That is a very bad and costly penalty on Caleb Murphy, the rookie, because now you give him a whole new set of downs just when you needed some momentum. And you got to know when you see that punt's away, you got to get out of the way somehow. Very, very, very bad penalty right there. And so now the defense thinking, well, we got to stop. We got off the field. Nope. And this could hurt. And now Damian Pierce, running back out of Florida, makes a nice run. Stopped by Otis Reese on the play. And so now the Titans better hope that the Texans don't get points off of this drive. And of course, some other games that we need to keep an eye on are a couple of teams that are above us, and we got to make sure to get some distance from some teams that are behind us on Tankathon. Teams like the Giants, teams like Washington. We also need to hope for some teams that we played to lose games. And of course, a quick rollout, a quick bootleg, and throw to Dalton Schultz. He picks up the first down. Right now, New England up on Buffalo 7-3, but Buffalo is looking like they're about to score. Chicago up on Atlanta. You need Atlanta to lose. Need Atlanta to lose that game. And I think the first quarter just came to an end. So that is the end of one. So, yeah, I'm not really feeling the way this game is going. It looks like, it could be going off the rails pretty quickly a little bit. But, I mean, it is still early. There is still time. But, again, like we were talking about earlier, the margin for error is very, very small. And the Titans have already committed a lot of bad plays, some drop passes, a very untimely penalty as well. So I mean, this is going to be very interesting to see how the rest of this game plays out. Again, TNT Live here from the True Studios. We make sure y'all share out on Facebook, X, and Instagram. I am actually about to do the same thing to some other pages, and hopefully we'll have more come in. Definitely spread this out so we can get some likes and everything, everybody. And definitely, if you're new to this show, definitely need your help with subscribers. I'm right at close to 1,400. So if I can get another 11, help me get to 1,400. Another 111, I can get to 1,500. So spread this out and let's see if we can get to 1,500 before 2024. Another game that we need to pay attention to, Arizona. If they can hang, maybe they beat Philly, that would be nice. If the Giants can beat the Rams, that would be nice. So some of those teams get wins, we can maybe get ahead of them. So that's something that we definitely will need help with. But definitely help me get to 1,500 subscribers. I need another 111. So again, y'all, make sure y'all share this show out. Let everybody know where they can come on in, and in that way they can join in on the fun as well. 1st and 10 for the Texans. Started the second quarter. Quick pass across the middle to Damon Pierce, and picks up about 5 yards there, maybe 6. And that will set up a second down. Right now, the Texans are in control. Titans could be self-destructed. Marcus coming in. Marcus is 6. Go Bucks. Definitely, I appreciate all the other NFL fans coming on in as well. This is a friendly channel. Party says Tim Kelly scared to throw the ball. Yeah, him and Vrabel both. Lou Man says I'm ready for August. And now Devin Singletary getting outside on a big run, picks up a lot of yards and a big first down for the Houston Texans. That outside zone run comes inside, then cuts back outside. Guerra gets caught inside too, and I mean, too easy. Well, right now, a couple of teams ahead of us, the Chargers, the Giants, and the Commanders, we need them to win as well. New England, we could definitely move up, but teams like Chicago, they're behind us. And now reverse to Nico Collins. Collins coming up, takes a nice shot from Harold Landry, but picks up a nice chunk of yards there. And the Texans again are on the move. Like Devin Singletary already 7 carries, 46 yards. Derrick Henry just 3 for 13 right now. And 2nd and 3 for the Texans. A little bit over 13 minutes to go. OC615 says, we lose today. Where are we in the first round of the draft? I mean, right now we are 7th. And then a quick out to Nico Collins, a quick screen. He picks up the first down pretty easily. And I mean, again, the Texans are in a rhythm. They are in a rhythm, and the Titans have no answer. Again, that makes that penalty against Caleb Murphy even that much bigger. Because the Texans, if they don't turn it over, are guaranteed points. And right now we have, if we go to 6, if we go to 5 and 11, we go up to 5th. At least, unless, the Giants and the Chargers win, we go up to 5. Get together Singletary inside, and he is pretty much taken down early. TK McClendon, and a host of other Titans in on the stop there. So a team like, say, the Giants come on and beat the Rams, we move up a spot. If the Chargers get a victory today, we move up 2 spots to 5. And let's say if a team like New England beats Buffalo, which they're down 10-3 right now, 10-7 right now, we could go up as high as 4 today if a couple of teams get the job done. And the pressure came, quick pass out to Singletary, and he wasn't able to cut away from McCreary. Nice tackle by Roger McCreary there on 2nd down. Third and 8 for the Texans now. Stroud passing, and he got it caught to Nico Collins. A quick and easy first down. And CJ Stroud, a very quick strike. Like it doesn't take him long. Like less than 2 seconds. Like less than 2.5 seconds. Got it out easily. And this drive will continue for the Houston Texans. And And just as I get my mic fixed, the Texans get a quick bootleg out to Brevin Jordan, the tight end, for a Texan touchdown. And I told you, this could end up being a very, very long day for this Titan defense because the Texans are in a rhythm. The Texans are in a rhythm. And CJ Stroud throws another touchdown pass on the season, on a very nice rookie season. Fairbairn's kick is up and the kick is good. And just like that, it is now 10-0 Texans. And if the Tennessee Titans, this next drive coming up is a must-score drive. If they do not score on this next drive, a blowout could possibly be happening. So Texans 10, Titans nothing. Although it is kind of started off the way the first game did, except in reverse, where the Titans kind of got off to a good start, but they allowed the Texans to hang around. I don't know if the Houston Texans are going to let the Titans hang around. Brian Bird says, Happy New Year from Huntsville, Texas. How about my Cowboys last night? CD Lamb is a beast, new subscriber. I appreciate that, Brian. I'm definitely going to be doing some other things next year. I think I'm going to try to get back into maybe doing some more things NFL-wise to talk about other teams. So definitely pass that out to your fellow Cowboy fans, although I will say some of your fellow Cowboy fans can be a little irritating. But I respect the team. I definitely respect the team, and I agree. CD Lamb is that dude. He is a hell of a receiver. I am not going to even lie about that at all. He's a heck of a receiver. I definitely agree. But thank you for subscribing to the channel. Clay said, not looking good. I agree. And I mean, the Cowboys got lucky last night. Because I think they did get robbed. And that was a 94-yard drive, 7 minutes and 30 seconds off the clock. And that was also due to a penalty. And again, that penalty was catastrophic. That running into the kicker was a catastrophic penalty. Clay said, were the Lions robbed? I think they were. Tyrell Hubbard, welcome into the channel. Said, come on, Titan. I'm like, we was hoping for it, but Lou Man says, pregame prediction, 44-12. Stevie says, we want to make mistakes and act like it's okay. That's the culture. And if that's the case, it needs to change. If that's the case, it needs to change. And it needs to change immediately. And wow, they're going to come out. They're coming in with the UFL, which is the XFL and the USFL combined together, which our team here in Memphis, the Memphis Showboats, will be a part of that league. I am excited to go catch some. I am excited to catch some Showboats games and get in on it. Levis play action, but he's about to get sacked. And the ball is out and a touchdown for the Texans. Things continue to go from bad to worse for the Tennessee Titans in a heartbeat. I told y'all, I'm like, it's getting bad. And then Levis looked like he's limping a bit. Like, this could give, and you have an extra lineman. I'm trying to see who is number 61 on the Titans on the Titans. I mean, just gives up that sack easily and make that 17-0 Houston just that quick. And right now, I told y'all, if the Titans didn't score, that the blowout could be on, and it looks like that's what's happening. I mean, right now, the Titans are getting boat raced. I mean, that guy, whoever that offensive lineman is, got blown up immediately. But man, This, mm. The Titans looking bad on both sides of the ball. I'm trying to see. That was John Ojukwu, or as Vrabel loves to call him, OJ, who got blown up on that play. Sportacular, just here for the draft. I know that's right, and I appreciate the super chat. I appreciate the pocket change, but hey, y'all, you know what? We gonna have some fun anyway. I might pop on some music and we just go party anyway. We just gonna have to do that because this Tennessee Titan team gives us absolutely no hope whatsoever. And again, that's what I was trying to tell everybody is that you feel like and Will Levis and Levis is heading to the locker room. I'm like, here we go again. And I really do think this is going to put Mike Vrabel in a lot of trouble much sooner than expected. Because not only are you looking terrible, you're getting your quarterback hurt again. Well, he might be coming back to the sideline. I can tell D09 tired. You can tell Will Levis is frustrated. And now he's being carted off. I'm like, that's not good. That's not good. That means Tannehill is gonna have to come in, and then Malik Willis is the emergency third quarterback. And I mean, again, so they're looking at his foot. And right now, if I'm Will Levis, just shut down for the rest of the season. Do not play him in this last game. Do not even try to bring him back. The offensive line is horrible. Skoronski is playing at left guard. Now Tannehill is in here, so I think we know where this is going. I agree. 5-12, here we come. Give to Derrick Henry trying to go right, and then he tries to bounce it back left. Can't get nothing. And Clay uses my old line. Tighten up, that's all we know how to do because that's all we can do. Because you got Dylan Radins at right tackle, Andrew Rupchich in at right guard in for Daniel Brunskill. You got Aaron Brewer at center. You got DeAndre Dillard at tackle. I mean, the only one that should be back is Skoronski and maybe Dylan Radins. Tannehill back to throw, gets it to D-Hop. D-Hop trying to make a move, but he can't. Picks up a couple of yards. But I think the tank party needs to be on and popping. Vrabel's got to go. Terry Lillard says, who is the offensive line coach? Some goofball named Jason Hoteling is the offensive line coach who had no NFL prior experience at offensive line. Ricky Watson said, go Texans. Well, Texans are winning. Malik should be the backup. He is he's the emergency quarterback, so he is suited up. Tannehill, 3rd and 6, gets it to Hopkins, first down, but there's a flag on the play. And it looks like it's against the Titans, so they're basically saying illegal shift. And again, you know, the penalties are killing us. I mean, the penalties is what's killing us right now. You gave up a bad penalty when you had a chance to get off the field defensively, and now you have, you give up the strip sack and score, and It's getting bad, y'all. It's going to get really, really bad. Now it's 3rd and 11. The Titans need something here on this drive, and I don't know if they're going to get it. Tannehill back to pass, gets it out quick to Chig. Chig's not going to really get much to Chig, and the Titans are going to have to punt again. And I'm telling you, I think the blowout is about to be on. And if I'm Amy Adams Strunk, and if I'm Rand Carthon, I am really rethinking Mike Vrabel as head coach. I am really rethinking that because remember, Ken Wisenhunt got fired after a game that went kind of like this. In Houston, with the entire Adams family watching. And now Desmond King trying to make a move, trying to stay on his feet, but he picks up a few yards, gets to about the 36. This coaching staff sucks. Everything ain't a talent issue. These games are scheme issues and coaches. And see, D09, thank you for bringing that up because I've been trying to tell people that on X, and people think I'm crazy. People think I'm crazy. Like I don't know what I'm talking about when I'm putting the onus and the blame on Vrabel. I'm like, look, I understand, basically saying, well, we have no offensive line. We have no offensive line. We have a bad offensive line. And I'm thinking, who put this line in place? Who made it? Everybody is quick to want to blame John Robinson for everything. And I get it. Yes. Picking Isaiah Wilson and Caleb Farley, terrible picks. Dylan Radunz, maybe is starting to turn it around a little bit. But, again, who made Andre Dillard the starter today? Mike Vrabel. He could have maybe went back to Jalen Duncan. But he basically said after a couple of games, yep, I've seen all I need to see with Jalen Duncan. He's done. Who decided to bring Aaron Brewer back at $4.3 million on a second-round tender? Who decided that? That would be Mike Vrabel. Who decided to sign Brunskill? Who helped in that decision? And remember, everybody want to say, well, he wasn't in charge of, what influence did he have on personnel? Miss Amy promoted the guy. After a 7-10 season, losing 7 in a row, John Robinson gets fired. She gave him more power. So this roster, the way it's constructed, this particular roster, how it's constructed, Mike Vrabel has everything to do with it. And I just wish some of our fellow fans understand that. Everybody want to blame John Robinson. Yes, the offensive line sucks. You have a terrible offensive line coach. Absolutely. Do we have a talent deficiency? Yes. But didn't we have a talent deficiency in 2021 when we played a bunch of players? You're damn right we did, but we still kept winning. We are. We're getting waxed and embarrassed. Johnny Reynolds, who's your favorite football? I don't know if you asked me favorite football player or anything. Vrabel is captain underdog. Not anymore. And then C.J. Stroud going for Nico Collins. Deep pass caught. If the Texans score again, I mean, yeah. Titans will hire another Mike, probably. Ken Wisenhunt was 3-20. Mike Vrabel in his last 22 games since Green Bay, 5-17. And the Texans are in Titan territory. Damon Pierce gets the carry, picks up about 6. And so, once again, Texans are on the move. 5-yard pickup for for Singletary. Stroud quickly gets it to Nico again. Havoc 6927 said, relax, man. They had almost no cap space after kicking the can 2 years in a row. No, sir. That is an excuse. And you know what? I was listening to my guy Jared yesterday. Yesterday. He's right. The other day, he is absolutely right. To all of us, stop with the excuses. Okay, we've had enough excuses. Quit with this whole we ain't had no cap space. I agree with him. The cap is not real. If you want somebody, you can make it work. You can make it work. You can structure it correctly, and then they give to Damon Pierce trying to go right. Nice tackle as he's out Shire, and then TK McClendon comes to finish it off. Luckily, there wasn't a roughing penalty there, but it looks like he pushed him. But again, enough with the excuses. You know, he mentioned something about, you know, the media needs to quit enabling Vrabel, giving him cop-outs and stuff, and I agree. And us as fans, we need to do the same thing. Quit with this whole, we ain't got no talent. We ain't had no cap space. You still sign players. If you didn't have cap space, how did you sign DeAndre Hopkins? Excuses are for the incompetent. C.J. Stroud rolling out on 2nd and 10. Tries to go to Xavier Hutchinson, and it was a little bit too high. Excuses are for the incompetent. And we're getting tired of it. I just can't get shut out by the Texans. Right now, that's happening. Clay says we can still root against the Ravens. Although in a way, I might have to root for. Well, yeah, because Miami and Baltimore doesn't matter. We lost to both of them anyway. Collect the Soul said, looking good for my Saints. Winning 7-0 against the Bucs in a must-need win. Hopefully we can keep up how we're playing. I mean, the Buck, you know, and Stroud running and gets out of bounds inside of the 20. Now, I will say the Saints have a pretty good defense. The Saints, you know, they can still have a future. They may need to upgrade at quarterback, and they may need to upgrade maybe up on the offensive line a little bit. But the New Orleans Saints, and they could probably get some help in coaching as well. But the Saints, I do like them. The Bucs, you know, the Bucs have played very well recently. And we hold them in the red zone, 38-yard attempt for Fairbairn. Kick is up, kick is good. So again, the Texans continue to pile on points. It's now 20-0 Texans with 4:17 to go in the first half, and this Titan team have absolutely zero answer. I definitely do want to say thank you to to everybody tuning in, whether you're a Titans fan or not. You know, I like all football fans to come in here. Again, if you could, definitely give a like to the show if you could. That would definitely help me out. And if you're new to the channel, please definitely go and subscribe to the channel as well, because I am going to be doing some things coming up in the new year, as far as doing some stuff about the Senior Bowl coming up, free agency coming up. I will be doing a draft show as well. So I'm definitely going to be doing that also. So definitely be in tune for that. I'm definitely going to be doing a live draft show, and also going to be doing some shows that are about the rest of the NFL, talking about some other things going on around the league and everything. So I'm definitely doing a little bit of work on the format of the show. So definitely make sure y'all go ahead and subscribe and be in tune for that. Jason Benitez says, go Texans. Right now the Texans are kicking our tails. Glenn said, right now our office and coaching staff is needed. Yeah, definitely. Definitely on that. Terry Little said, I think Vrabel trying to get fired so he can go to New England. Something ain't right. I mean, Vrabel does look like he's checked out. And Collect the Soul subscribing, I thank you so much for that. Thank you very much. Parker D says, you know all the problems we're talking about this year is going to be the same problems next year. It's a dang cycle. And that is exactly why I don't want Mike Vrabel back as head coach. Because I feel exactly that. You are absolutely right. I feel like if you bring Mike Vrabel back and think, well, they have $100 million and a high draft pick, give them a chance to rebuild it and get it right. Give them a chance to fix it and get it right. Do you really have confidence Mike Vrabel is going to get it right? I don't think so. And then, I don't think he will get it right. And again, everybody's saying this offense needs to change. This offense has got to change. This offense definitely needs to change. The only problem is, and I said this on the show last week, as long as Mike Vrabel is head coach, this Titan offense will never, ever change. And that's a problem. But Collector Soul, thank you so much for the support. Again, make sure y'all share the show out to everybody. Also make sure super chats are also appreciated as well. I definitely do appreciate that as well. But right now, the Tennessee Titans, Will Levis out for probably the remainder of the game. I'm going to try to get some information on that. But right now, the Titans are getting their collective butts kicked. The Texans are out gaining the Titans 191-30 right now. 191-30 in total yard. The Tennessee Titans, the Texans have had the ball double the time, and the Titans up until this point only 30, well, less than that now, about 27 yards of total offense in this first half. And Tierra Tart in on the stop. And Tierra Tart want to take it to him again, another former Titan on this Texan team. Ryan Tannehill just 18 yards passing since coming in. Combined Levis and Tannehill 24 yards passing. Derrick Henry 4 carries, 13 yards. Spears 4 carries, just 1 yard. They give a screen to Spears. Spears trying to break away, and Spears picked up a few yards, but then gets tackled around the neck area out of bounds, and it sets up a third down. 3:20 to go, and the Titans need something because right now this offense is struggling mightily. And I'll give y'all a check on some other scores in just a minute. And for Collector Soul, I ain't gonna lie. I hate I did not get down there when the Titans played the Saints. And now we're going King Cat here on 3rd and 2. Henry trying to get outside, and that is not going to work. Everybody knows on that King Cat, you're probably going to run the ball. I mean, extremely too predictable. Now, I would have said maybe Derrick Henry tries to make a throw there. We know he can make a jump pass. But, I mean, everybody is in there. You know that's going to be a run. Way too predictable. And now Ty Zentner on to punt again. And Des McKee got some room outside. He's got room still on his feet. Gets out past the 30. Not a bad return there for the Houston Texans. And right now, they're getting the ball back, and they are rolling right now. But this offseason, I mean, after these next couple of weeks, Miss Amy has a major decision to make. Is she going to give Vrabel another chance, or is she going to let him go if he goes 5-19 in his last 24 games? 5-19, it looks like where we're headed, and it looks like we're headed for 12-22 in the last 2 years combined. For a coach who said we can compete and win now. And it looks like I think Chris Moore might be the receiver that's down. No, that's Colton Dowell, the 7th-round pick from UT Martin on special teams. I don't know if it's a leg injury. But this is not looking good at all. But Colton Dowell, who is really trying to find his footing on this team as far as a special teams guy, another injury. And, it's, again, things are going from bad to worse in a hurry for the Tennessee Titans in this game. Other games to look at: Baltimore and Miami, 14-13 Baltimore. Buffalo looks like New England might fall again. They're down 20-7 right now. The Chicago Bears up 21-7 on Atlanta. Indy up 14-3 on the Raiders. Jacksonville 9, Carolina nothing. Rams and Giants tied at 7. Philly, Arizona 14-6 Philly. New Orleans 14, Saints 14, Bucks nothing, and San Francisco and Washington tied at 10. Screen to Nico Collins, and that is flushed out quickly again. Roger McCreary, I would say, is a bright spot, and we are 2 minutes left here in the first half, which has been a horrible first half for the Tennessee Titans. Of course, later on, we'll have Pittsburgh, Seattle. We'll have Kansas, which we need Seattle. Both of those teams cancel each other out. We need Kansas City to beat the Bengals. We definitely need the Chargers to win and beat Denver. Then Sunday Night Football, of course, Green Bay and Minnesota going at it as well. So this has been a horrific first half for the Tennessee Titans. And although in a lot of ways that's kind of a good thing. And this is the way this game is going is getting kind of scary. And so, I don't know. I don't know what the Tennessee Titans are going to have to do. And right now, I honestly do think this season, well, I thought this season was lost weeks ago. And I thought this season was lost weeks ago, and I was hoping that maybe something would turn around, but it hasn't. Right now, the most consistent thing that's happened is bad play and injuries. That's what's been going on. Collector Soul is bad about the Falcons. Can't rely on them. We need the Bears to win, so we need the Bears to win. So now with that, Thomas Woganowski says that's what they get for trying to rub it in our face for wearing our old uniform. First of all, let me explain. I welcome all fans, but any Texan fan who keeps saying, well, these were our uniforms. Did Earl Campbell ever play for the Houston Texans or any team named the Texans? Did Eddie George ever play for a Houston Texan? Did Chris Chandler ever play for the Houston Texans. Quick pass over the middle by Stroud to Robert Woods, and very close to a first down marker. I mean, the Houston Texans have no claim to the Oiler uniforms. Y'all already won the game. The Houston Oilers became the Tennessee Titans. That history belongs to us. George Blanda. I forgot that other quarterback, number 7, Dan Pasquarini. Oh, nice stop by Harold Landry inside on the run, set up a 4th down. I mean, Pasquarini, Chris Chandler, Earl Campbell, Mike Munchak, Robert Brazil. All those guys are part of the Oiler Titan history. Has nothing to do with the Houston Texans. Y'all history started when y'all were an expansion team. But I definitely agree. We're definitely going to keep up with scores of everybody else. I mean, strength and conditioning, I think they need to be fired too. Oilers left Houston, by the way. Blast TV says, just fire Vrabel already. I'm with you. I'm with you. Fire everybody but Vrabel. Shake my head. That's what a lot of people are saying. Blast TV says Vrabel is the problem for years. I agree. Mason Kinsey on the punt return. Picked it about at the 10, got it across the 20-yard line. Not a bad return there. With a minute 11 to go, can the Titans do anything on offense? I don't really have a lot of confidence in that. I don't really have a lot of confidence in that. Collector Soul question, how long do you think y'all are going to keep Henry? Do y'all think he will be a Titan the rest of his career? That is a very good question because, I mean, Derrick Henry, his contract is up at the end of the season. So right now, these are his last 2 games as a Tennessee Titan as of now. I would like to bring Henry back for 1 more year, let him break the Titans, Oilers all-time rushing record ahead of Eddie George and Earl Campbell, Oilers and Titans. I would like for him to break the record and everything and maybe get 100 touchdowns in his career as a Titan. But if we start to go in a different direction, I can kind of understand it. I know a lot of people think that's blasphemous, but I do think I can understand if we decide to move on from Derrick Henry. He will be turning 30 in a few weeks. And that's usually the age. Like Derrick Henry will be turning 30 years old this week. He will be a 30-year-old running back when the next time he takes the field at Nissan Stadium. He turns 30 on Friday. So he will be a 30-year-old running back on next Sunday for the last game of the year. I would like for him to finish strong. We need a real offensive-minded coach. I've been saying that for weeks. And Terry Lewis said, I hope so. Tom said, don't take this ass whooping personally. I don't. I mean, I don't like the Texans, but hey, I'm fine if we lose. That means a better draft pick. Yeah, the Dallas Texans. Yeah, a long time ago, I do remember that. I definitely remember that. So a minute 11 to go. I see a few Titan fans in the crowd, but it ain't much to cheer for right now. 20-0. Texans lead. Titans a minute 11. They got to try to drive and do something. Tannehill just 18 yards passing so far in this game. Titans under 30 yards as a team. Tannehill back to pass. Tries to go deep across the middle. He got Chris Moore across the middle, past midfield. Probably the best pass play of the day so far. New set of downs at the Texan 46. At the Texan 46. Gives a quick out to Tajay Spears. He gets out of bounds. I have to admit, finally some life from this Titan offense, which you start to wonder, how come we haven't seen this before? It seems like, well, whenever we're the 2 minute or something like that, then Tim Kelly decides to call good plays. Blue Man says, we ain't the Oilers. We were. Tannehill back to pass, but he is pressured, and he is going to be sacked by Will Anderson. And guess who was trying to block him? Andre Dill Pickler gives up yet another sack, and it wasn't even close. Dillard was on him. And Tajay Spears doesn't really give him a chip, and Andre Dillard trying to do everything he can, but Will Anderson just takes Dillard right into Tannehill. That's horrible. And I honest to God did not think. I never thought that we could be worse than Dennis Daly. There is a lineman worse than Dennis Daly, and his name is Andre Dillard. And he's going to get sacked again. Another sack, back-to-back sacks by Will Anderson on Tannehill. This is horrible. And the Titans are out of timeouts, so they're just going to go ahead and take it to the locker room. That is pathetic. There's the Andre Dillard we all know and familiar with. Sack after sack after sack. Dillard is terrible. I, honest to God, did not think we could be worse. And I almost thought it was going to happen again. Got to DeAndre Hopkins for a catch, a big catch, and maybe you get a chance at a field goal here with Nick Folk. Gives us something, but I can't stand this. And we're going to give you some scores in a little bit. Collective Soul, when did you first become a Titans fan? Well, I first became a Titans fan, 53-yard attempt by Nick Folk, by the way, who has been pretty automatic, except for recently. 53 yards. Nick Folk kick is up and just got inside. Kick is good. So the Titans actually get on the scoreboard and avoid the shutout in the first half. But it's been all Texans all day. And Collective Soul, I'm going to give you that story in just a minute. But the Titans going into the locker room down 20-3. So I'm going to give y'all a quick thing in just a moment, but halftime, we have reached halftime, and it is all Texans, 20-3. And this is embarrassing. Of course, some other games that we're needing to pay attention to. The Giants down to the Rams 14-7. Meanwhile, down in Tampa Bay from this Collective Soul, Tampa Bay could get into the playoffs with a win. Taysom Hill catches a touchdown pass. It's 17-0 Saints on the Buccaneers, trying to kind of play spoiler there, and they might be doing a pretty good job. So it's halftime, and Collective Soul, here's the answer to the question. For a long time, since I was a little kid, I was and wow, another former Titan playing well, Julio Jones with a touchdown. Eagles lead the Cardinals 21-6. I was a Cowboys fan when I was a little boy. From the age of 6 to the age of about 12, to about 12, I was one of the biggest Dallas Cowboy fans you would ever know. And I loved Troy Aikman. I loved Emmitt Smith back in the day. I had an Emmitt Smith jersey and everything. But um my dad my dad was a huge 49ers fan. So we would always go at it. We would always go at it. And he was down for Jerry Rice and Joe Montana and Steve Young and John Taylor and all those guys. And so um my dad passed away. My dad passed away when I was 12 years old. And for a while, I lost that love. I lost that love for football. I really lost the love for football, even though I was playing it in in junior high at the time. And so as I started getting back into watching football again, I see this, I see Steve McNair and Eddie George get drafted, and I'm like, oh, Dad, who is this team in Houston? The Oilers. Let me take a look. I mean, I see, Steve been there, and I kind of liked Eddie George because I remember I was a Michigan fan and watching Michigan and Ohio State and seeing Eddie George from Ohio State. And so once that happened, I started seeing them with the Oilers, and I was really starting to like them. And then once they moved here to the state of Tennessee, I was hooked. I was in. I was down, and I've been down ever since. So I've been a Titans fan for almost 30 years now. This is my 27th. No, actually, yeah, this is my 27th going into my about to be my 27th going into my 28th year as a fan of this team. And there have been good times, there have been bad times. And this is a bad time right now. And so that's kind of the story. I try to be a fan through and through ever since. And even though I am on the side of the Titans tanking as much as possible and wanting Vrabel to be fired, no matter what, I love my team. I love my team, even though they stink, even though they suck. I still love them anyway, and I'm still gonna cheer hard for them. So I appreciate the question. Josh saying, can't stand watching this O-line. They're going to ruin our future by killing Levis and forcing Henry to leave. I agree. This offensive line is the number one priority. Tight Overdrive said, are we still a professional football team? Unfortunately, yeah. You need to have a cold one before you have a heart attack. I'm not going to have no heart attack. I'm going to be good. I'm not even mad. And, watching this show, if you go back and watch my show, I'm not even mad anymore. I said after the London game against the Baltimore Ravens, I'm watching the rest of the year with an open mind. Dion said, we have been overusing Henry for years. Nothing against Henry. They might change their philosophy if Henry goes. They may have to. They may have to let Henry go to change the philosophy. So that might be something like that. Of course, Collector Soul, very happy that the Saints are winning. I can definitely give you that. So I've been a Saints fan ever since I started watching football when I was around 7 years old, 2 years after I moved from Germany to the U.S. Well, glad to have you here in the U.S. Are you in New Orleans? So I do want to ask that question. Are you in New Orleans? I might be there next year just on a trip. So I might do that. John Red said, I used to be a Cowboy fan, except I went to the Titans around 99, 2000. Hey, I understand. I mean, because back then, it was either Cowboys, 49ers, Steelers, Packers. That's what it used to be. Our O-line looking like Mike Munchak, Wizard Hunt days. I would say Wizard Hunt days were worse than Munchak. I would agree. So I am 23 now. Wow. Hey, I appreciate it. I got you by about 17 years. So I'm like, I I've been a fan of football longer than you've been alive, but I appreciate it. I'm kidding around. Don't mind me. I like to joke, but hey, I love the fandom. I definitely love the fandom and everything. Steve said I hadn't heard from Burks since first play of the game. I agree with that. Hadn't heard Burks much at all. I agree. Collective Soul says, I'm in New Orleans, pretty rough out here, crime and stuff always going on. I will tell you this. I know they say crime is everywhere. Crime is worse here in Memphis. It's worse. We it's worse because I work at a local news station here, and we have to cover that all the time, and that is we have broken a record 3 out of the last 4 years for more homicides happening in a year. We're about to have 400 homicides in a year in what in a year in this city, where they say the rest of the country, the dip in homicides and murders are going down by about 19%. But we've went up in crime in over 30%, by over 30%. So it's worse here. I will tell you that. So but I'm gonna have to get down there to Bourbon Street. I'm gonna have to have me a couple of drinks. I'm gonna have to me and the missus may have to have a couple of drinks. But in talking about this game, before we do continue, I mean, Baltimore is all over Miami 28-13. New England with 2 minutes to go, 20-14, trailing the Bills, but they are driving. They're at the Buffalo 32 right now, so they may have a chance to at least get within 3 or maybe even tie or take the lead. We need New England to win there. Chicago up on Atlanta 21-7. A Bears win would separate them more from us. And then an Atlanta loss does us some good with strength of schedule as well. Indy up 14-3 over Vegas. 9-0 Jacksonville over Carolina at the half. And right now it is Rams 14, Giants 10 at the half. And then Philly 21, Arizona 6. Also, again, 17-0 New Orleans over Tampa Bay. And the 49ers 13, Washington 10. And they're already into the third quarter right now. So, some very interesting games. But you need the Giants to win. You need the Commanders to win. And then later on, we need the Chargers to win. Of course, the Broncos are not starting Russell Wilson anymore. They shut him down, and they're probably going to get rid of him at the end of the year, which I thought was crazy that they were sitting him. But back in this game, I mean, the Tennessee Titans only 4 first downs in this first half. The Texans have 12. They have been outgained 197-79. The majority of those yards coming on that last drive that they got 3 points out of. I mean, the Titans only averaged 3.3 yards a play. Levis Tannehill has been sacked 3 times, 2 by Will Anderson, thanks to Andre Dillard. And right now, the Texans own the time of possession 18:05 to 11:55. And I don't see no end in sight. I think Levis is probably going to be down for the rest of the game. And maybe for the rest of the season. Okay. Had to check that. So we're good. Let's see. Stevie said, rest in peace, Dolph. And, definitely rest in peace, young Dolph. Preach. So right now, yeah. I mean, Ryan Tannehill, 6 of 6, 78 yards, but he's been sacked twice already. Levis got sacked once on a strip sack and had to go to the locker room dealing with an ankle injury, and he may not be returning. Derrick Henry, 5 carries, just 11 yards. I mean, the last time 60, and they're showing a key play. That Caleb Murphy penalty was a devastating penalty, which led to a 94-yard drive and a touchdown. And then right after that, Levis sack, fumble, injury. Stroud already 16 of 20, 132, a touchdown, already looking great. Singletary, 9 carries, 45 yards. Nico Collins, 6 catches, 65 yards. D-Hop, 4 catches, only 38 yards. I mean, Derrick Henry is almost at 1,000 yards, but I mean, it's gonna be a challenge for him to get there because I mean, this tight offensive line is not helping him out. Derrick Henry is 28 yards away from 1,000, and DeAndre Hopkins is 61 yards away from 1,000, and DeAndre has 38 yards. So all he needs another I think he needs like another 25 yards. I mean another 23 yards. And now the Texans will get the ball back. Yeah, Hopkins needs just 23 more yards. He'll be at 1,000 yards for the season. Derrick Henry, he just needs at least another. He just needs another. He just needs another 18 yards. And so basically, yeah, right now the Texans are trying to demoralize the Tennessee Titans. And a quick pass out, had plenty of time, got it out to Brevin Jordan in the flat, picks up about 7 yards as the second half has indeed begun. Yeah, they were definitely going. It looked like on that play, Stroud was definitely going for a big shot, maybe even a kill shot. And now second down, give to Devin Singletary on 2nd and 3. He picks up the first down. And right now, the Texans have absolutely dominated this game from the jump. And now a little pushing and shoving going on. But I appreciate everybody's tuning in with me, whether you're a Titans fan or not. Definitely go ahead and give a like to the show if you haven't already. And go ahead and subscribe to the show as well. I'm also going to have episodes up on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple, and Google Podcasts. CJ Stroud, deep pass, caught by Robert Woods a little bit past midfield. And that's another first down for the Texans. I mean, again, the Texans working this Titans secondary. And that was against Sean Murphy Bunting. I mean, nice pass, nice catch. I will give you Levis for Russ in your first rounder. I don't know if I want Russell Wilson. And then, of course, a bootleg pass, bootleg play action give to John Mechie. John Mechie, who was picked from Alabama last year, and that is a great story as well with John Mechie battling leukemia, which he did not play at all last season because of that, and has been in remission and now back on the field. That is a pretty good story. At least we got some good this season, 1,000-yard receiver running back. Well, we're about to have that if we can get a few yards. Devin Singletary on the carry again, picks up another first down. Texans again on the move. Collective Soul said, how y'all wide receiver core? Right now, y'all want any extra because Michael Thomas might be a free agent. Problem is, Michael Thomas has dealt with some injuries, but I mean, Michael Thomas, besides DeAndre Hopkins, Michael Thomas would be better than anything we have right now. I will say that. Stroud back to pass again. He was going for Dalton Schultz, and it might have been a flag, and they're looking for a flag. I don't think they're going to get it. Otis Reese on the coverage. Texans were looking for a flag, but I don't think they're going to get it. Yeah, there could have been possibly there. CJ Stroud pass out to Nico Collins. Collins picks up some more yards, another first down. And right now, again, like I said, you need to get CJ Stroud off his rhythm. We've done nothing but let CJ Stroud be in rhythm. Bobby Slowick is calling a heck of a game, which is why I want him as the next head coach of the Tennessee Titans. And they try to say there might have been a fumble, but I think it's a little bit late. Pick next pass, wide open. Robert Woods might have gotten the first down there too. And they giving them the first down. I mean, and so now 5 or 6 on this drive. Jet sweep to John Michie, gets inside the 10, and the Texans are threatening again to score. I'm kind of mad Tank Dell is hurt because he was on my fantasy team. He was on my fantasy team, and I was surprised that he was available. I got him, and he was nothing but a gem. And then he gets hurt. I was so sad when he got hurt because I was like, he was getting me. Tank Dell was getting me points. Now 2nd and 6 for Stroud. Stroud getting away from the pressure, waiting, and then throw incomplete for John Michie. And I mean, again, a smart play. And again, you notice CJ Stroud knows how to get away from the pressure. And I see why the Titans wanted him so bad. I mean, that is a great job by Stroud. The pressure was coming, and CJ Stroud was able to avoid it like a quarterback is supposed to do. Stroud again, 3rd and 6. Tries to go for Nico Collins, and that is overthrown and out of bounds. And another field goal coming for the Texans. And so now a 27-yard attempt for the Texans, and it looks like they're going to knock 3 more points on the board and widen this lead out more. Kick up, kick good. And right now, the Texans doing everything they want. Now, the Titans, again, I mean, as terrible as they are everywhere else, one thing I will say, they are a great red zone defense. Number one in the league in red zone defense. The only problem is from 20 to 20, we're not good. And again, if you're also here, download Titans and Truth on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple, and Google Podcast as well. Definitely go ahead and download that. We're definitely going to be doing a lot more things coming up in the new year and everything. So definitely stay tuned for that. And see, right now, I am looking at my fantasy team because I'm in a third place game in my fantasy. I had a chance, to win my league, and it's been a struggle. So, but I did like playing fantasy because it does make me look at the rest of the NFL. It definitely makes me do that. Let's see. Quam says Stroud is NFL MVP. I don't know if he'll get it over Lamar, but he's definitely going to be offensive rookie of the year. No question about that. And I mean, he'll definitely be offensive player of the year. That's me for Puka. Picked him up in free agency. He's been carrying my team with McCaffrey and the Eagles, Brown, Swift. I mean, yeah, Puka, Puka is a terrific find. And people say, well, you can't get receivers late in the draft. I mean, Sean McVay showing he a good coach. I mean, went and got Puka Duka, Puka Nakua in the 5th round, and this dude has over 100 catches and 1,300 yards. I hope Tampa Bay figures it out sooner rather than later. I mean, but again, I got to know what Amy Adams Strunk is thinking right now because for what, the second or the third time this season, for the second time, offensive line has gotten Will Levis hurt and put out of the game. So Levis is out for the remainder of the game, and honestly, I think his season is over. And Jalen Duncan is in at left tackle for Andre Dillard dealing. They say Dillard dealing with a wrist injury, which I mean, he sucks. He shouldn't be back on the field anyway. So I mean, an injury to Andre Dillard might be a good thing, even though it sucks. I mean, they've benched Dillard a bunch of times, but they're saying there's a wrist injury with Dillard. And Derrick Henry going right, finally picking up some yards. His best run of the day at 34 yards. And so Derrick Henry I believe, with that run, And I believe Derrick Henry with that run, Burks finally getting a catch. And finally with that run, 34 yards, Derrick Henry finally over 1,000 yards for the season. So he's got 1,006 yards for the season. Congrats to Derrick Henry on that. Tajay Spears going left, tries to spin, but could not complete the spin on that. Will Ram be able to get out of the Diller contract? After this year, I believe they can get out of the Diller contract. They're probably going to have to eat. They're going to have to eat maybe, I want to say like $6 million or something like that in dead money, but they can't get out of that deal. And if I'm the Titans, I would get out of that deal as soon as possible. So Derrick Henry, 1,006 yards, 3rd and 7. Tannehill in trouble again, gets it out to Spears. Spears trying to get to the first down marker, will not make it. And it looks like Tannehill is still on the field, so they're going for it on 4th down. You probably don't have much of a choice. And so now 4th and 2. Play clock down. There it is, play off. Cat out to Burks with the catch and a 1st down. Wow, Treylon Burks on 4th and 2 making the catch. And that is a nice sign. Right now in the 3rd, Baltimore 28, Miami 13. Halftime, New England down 20-14 to the Bills. 24-7 Chicago in the 3rd quarter. Vegas has climbed back in 14-10 in the 3rd quarter. Jags up 16-0 on Carolina. Give to Derrick Henry up the middle. He may have picked up about 3 yards there. The Rams have went up 20-10 on the Giants. And Arizona is creeping close, down 21-13 to Philly. Again, Tampa Bay down 17-0 to New Orleans. Of course, San Francisco had just scored. They're up 20-10 on the Commanders. Tannehill fake to Henry, then goes back to Henry, but did not be able to corral the catch in there. But right now, the way that this is going, the Tennessee Titans need to just start over. All the way over. With Will Levis and build around him, build around DeAndre. 3rd and 7 for the Titans. Tannehill trying to get away from the rush. Gets it to DeAndre Hopkins. And that is a 1st down catch. 5 catches for Hopkins. And remember, he needs just 61 yards for him to get to 1,000. And he's at 68. So DeAndre Hopkins also has reached 1,000 yards on the year. So DeAndre Hopkins and Derrick Henry both reach 1,000 yards this season. Yeah, the Panthers are bad. Atlanta is bad too. I can see Tannehill going to Atlanta. Give back to Hopkins. Hopkins makes a spin move, picks up the 1st down a little bit more. And we know Tannehill loves going to Hopkins. And that might be what they need to do. Parker D. Hopkins over 1,000 yards. Let's go. Yeah. He was at 939 coming into the game. He is over 1,000 yards. So I believe I'm going to look at his bonuses. Derrick Henry in the backfield, first and goal. Derrick Henry getting the ball, tries to spin out and make an extra effort, but is not able to get away. Now, DeAndre gets $1 million if he hits 95 receptions, 1,050 yards, 10 touchdowns. He gets He gets $3 million. He's close to 1,050, so he's about to get $1 million. Tannehill just has to throw it away. Was almost about to get sacked, but he gets it away. If he hits 95 catches, he'll get $1 million, which I don't think he's gonna get there. 1,050 yards, he gets $1 million. I think he could get there, and then he has to have 10 touchdowns. And DeAndre is at, I believe, at 6. Yeah, he's at 6 touchdowns. Tannehill on 3rd and goal, and Tannehill is going to be sacked. And they call unnecessary roughness on the Texans because they were calling the play dead. They were calling the play dead after Tannehill's progress was stopped. And then Desmond King just barrels into him. And then Desmond King takes the football, but it gives the Titans a whole new set of downs. So DeAndre Hopkins and Derrick Henry both over 1,000 yards for the season. And now 1st and goal for the Titans at the 6. Give to Derrick Henry. Henry gets up to about the 3. Right now, other score, Baltimore running away against Miami. Buffalo looks like they're about to score again. Atlanta down 24-7. Indy up 14-10. Jacksonville up 16-0. The Giants look like they may be punting the football. And now yet another penalty against the Tennessee Titans. These pre-snap penalties, and you see the look on Vrabel's face. He looked like he's about to have a serious headache. I took some pictures. I'm gonna post them on social media a little bit later. But I mean, is it me or does Vrabel just seem checked out? So now 2nd and goal after the penalty. I don't want the Titans to score because I want Tim Kelly gone. I want Vrabel gone too. Pass across the middle to Kevin Rader, a tight end, because I mean Josh Wiley is on IR. Trevon Wesco is inactive. And now Kevin Rader is down. I mean, I don't think we got too many tight ends left. So I'm like, I don't think we got too many tight ends left after this. So, I mean, the Titans' injuries are starting to pile up. Josh Wallace on IR. West goes inactive. If Kevin Rader is down, Chig is the only tight end left. Looking great for New Orleans. Couldn't be happy because last time we played them, we were awful, and it's a game that we'll never be able to watch again. Cookie said, I've never seen our team play so poorly. Miss Cookie, I hate to tell you this. Yes, we have. We have seen them play just as bad as this. Now, I've heard, people have said, if the Titans have a good game and Levis plays well, and lose, that's fine. Levis is out. You really don't have any hope anymore now. But then the worst thing is to go and have what happened in Cleveland happen here, and it's getting kind of similar to what happened in Cleveland. It's looking like that. So, I mean, this offense is not good. Besides Derrick Henry and DeAndre Hopkins, and I mean, I think you could build around Chig and, have Tajay. But other than that, what else do you have? You don't really have much else. So this is bad. Dion said we love playing conservative every year. I agree. Kevin Rader, of course, coming off the field, was limping off the field. But I mean, and the fact is, Chig is the only tight end left. And Big Jeff, yeah, we will have to build around him. This is now the 16th play of this drive for the Tennessee Titans on 3rd and goal. You got Stingley up top on Hopkins. Tries to go to Tyler Spear, but overthrows them. And let me guess, we're going to take a field goal because Tannehill took another hit. But you may have to go for it here on 4th and goal. Yeah, Skoronski giving up the inside pressure there. Davis, who definitely was instrumental in the first game. And the Titans are going for it here on 4th down. This could be the ball game right here. Tries to go. I guess the Tajay incomplete. And the Titans' 15-play drive comes up with nothing. Tried to go to Chig, and I think Chig might have dropped that one. But Texans will get the ball back. Long drive, no points. Yeah, Skoronski ain't been looking too hot recently. A USFL player is tearing up our O-line. You can't make this stuff up. I agree. You cannot. And it looks terrible. And the Texans really now have a chance to possibly put this game away. You only have you're under a minute to go before the 4th quarter, and it is looking horrible. And the worst thing is Right now, you're not getting help from anybody else. Chicago's winning, that's good, but you needed New England maybe to win. They're losing. The Giants need to win. They're losing. Now, Arizona is tied up with Philly at 21 with 2 minutes to go in the third. New Orleans all over Tampa Bay. And you need the Commanders to win. Right now, they're down 20-10 to San Francisco. But if the Chargers beat Denver, we can at least move up to 6. If the Giants can find a way to come back and win, we at least move to 5. If Washington found a way to win, you move up to 4. Maybe with New England, well, with Washington and New England, we probably wouldn't get no further than 5. Because, I mean, if they both win, they'll be 5-11. So I am looking on Tankathon. I'm not even going to lie to you. But the Titans get nothing on the drive. But like we played a fight. Right now, I think a lot of other teams are playing better than us right now. Party says, get Tim Kelly and the O-line coach out of here. Honestly, I want the whole coaching staff gone. They're saying Malik Willis is loosening up. They're saying Malik Willis is loosening up for the Titans. He's a third string quarterback, but I don't know if he can go in. I think the only way he can go in is if there's an injury to the other 2 quarterbacks. Quick pass out to Dalton Schultz, who picks up the first down. Because you got to remember, the only way Willis can come in is if Tannehill gets hurt too. And then he could go in, but if Tannehill is cleared to go back, can go back in the game, then Willis is going to have to come out. And that's the end of 3. And this nightmare continues for the Tennessee Titans as we go into the fourth quarter, down 23-3. And if I'm Mike Vrabel, I might be worried about my job security because everybody in the media, a lot of that local media just automatically assumes he's safe. But after a game like this, I don't think so. I mean, hey, everybody, people want to keep saying, well, Miss Amy just loves John Rob, just love Mike Vrabel. She loved John Robinson too. And we see what happened. She loved John Robinson too. And he got fired. I would say this, if New England wants to trade for Vrabel, that is the only way I hold on to him right now. Until New England wants to trade for him. Now, if New England don't trade for him, go ahead and fire him. Be done with it. Start over. Let Rand pick his guy. And then if it doesn't work, then Rand and that coach is out. I said 33-16 would be the final. Texans win. Right now, it's looking good. And I agree, DO9. I would say see if we trade Vrabel first. I agree with that. Because a team like, teams that are going to be looking for new coaches, New England, Washington, the Chargers, Chicago, might be Atlanta. Who's another team? Vegas, unless they give Antonio Pierce the job. But those are all those teams. There's about 6 jobs. There's about 5 or 6 jobs out there that are going to be available. Arizona might be a job too, and I'm not sure. So, I mean, but right now, the Houston Texans have dominated on both sides of the ball. And now we're in the fourth quarter. Devin Singletary busting out, picking up a nice run of about 8 yards. And the Texans have a chance to put this game away. Not going to lie, not trying to be a hater, but you be playing us like whenever we play like the Vikings. I mean, we stink. We probably play worse. Johnny, who's your favorite? Are you asking me who's my favorite NFL player? If so, I can definitely answer that. Ain't nobody gonna want Vrabel. I mean, Thomas, according, and then they give a dump off pass, picks up a few yards. I mean, here's the thing. You would think nobody wants Vrabel, but according to the national media, according to people like Diana Rossini, Ian Rappaport, and all the national pundits who really don't know nothing, they just love Mike Vrabel. They just think Mike Vrabel is like one of the greatest coaches ever, and we're so lucky to have him. That is what the national media thinks. Now, the local media, a lot of them are scared to stand up to Vrabel, to be honest. And they just, and a lot of them will just have outright assume, oh, yeah, Vrabel's definitely going to be back. And I can tell everybody's ready for this season to be over. And I mean, of course, there's still going to be some people out there who are going to be Vrabel apologists who are just going to say, I feel so sorry for Mike Vrabel. I feel sorry for him. Why? I mean, again, this is why I tell fans, stop with the excuses. Y'all have made so many excuses for Mike Vrabel, it's ridiculous. Glad so, man. I thought y'all were going to at least be decent. I thought so, too. We were all lied to by Mike Vrabel. Handoff to Devin Singletary, picks up a first down on 2nd and 1, and the drive will continue for the Houston Texans. I mean, the Houston Texans have done pretty much anything and everything they want. And they said, fire Vrabel, get another head coach. I want that so bad. I want that so bad. You don't know how bad I want that. The only problem is I don't know if Titans brass feels the same way. I mean, right now, the way it's looking, 2 quarterbacks might have gotten hurt by this offensive line. C.J. Stroud, play action, tried to get it to John Mechie, incomplete. But this Stroud, C.J. Stroud, he's good. He's good. Clinton Soul said, my Saints we weren't lied to. I mean, hey, here's the thing. You set the expectation. Mike Vrabel, our coach, basically said, we're not trying to rebuild. We're trying to win now. We're running it back for, I think, the 5th year in a row. And we've sucked. And now trying to get the C.J. Stroud, and now there's Harold Landry. At least there's some positives. Derrick Henry, 1,000 yards receiving. Derrick Henry, 1,000 yards rushing. And Harold Landry, who didn't look all great early on, picks up a sack, and that will make it 10.5 sacks on the year. And this is the first time in a long time we've had 2 double-digit sackers. So Harold Landry now 10.5 sacks on the season. Dion says, I've been turned the game off. A quick out route to Xavier Hutchinson on third down, and the Texans are going to punt the football away. Big sack by Harold Landry. So now I'm just looking at individual efforts right now. X says, I hope y'all keep Derrick Henry. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I want Derrick Henry to finish strong for the Titans in his career. But at the same time, if we're going to, it's time for a philosophy change. And if that's the case, I don't know if Derrick Henry's going to be a part of that. And I'm with pinball. Landry has come a long way in the last few weeks, and fair caught by Kinsey at the 10-yard line. Harold Landry's come a long way in the last 4 or 5 games with sacks. And I mean, yeah, he has basically come out of nowhere with 10.5 sacks. So, I mean, there is something, I guess you could say, somewhat positive to look at. It ain't much. And they're saying Ryan Tannehill getting checked out. And I mean, there's still a lot of people that just think I want Mike Vrabel to be the head coach going forward. But honestly enough, I just think, uh, it's time. It's time to make a change. It is time to make a change because Mike Vrabel sucks. He's not that good of a coach anymore. And everybody wants to say, well, he's still a good coach. He had a roster. I mean, again, as DO9 said earlier in the broadcast, it's not just a talent problem. Talent can only get you so far. And Vrabel himself has said, I don't want to just rely on talent. Yeah, I've heard some people say that he might go to Baltimore as well. And I don't know why with that, because I mean they got J.K. Dobbins, they got Justice Hill and Gus Edwards, although I mean they're a good running football team. So I could definitely see that. Yeah, because all news sources aren't true, and I agree. AZ Mix says, I think next week will be Henry's last game as a Titan. It very well could be. And that's gonna be it's gonna be sad. It's going to be sad. It could very well be Derrick Henry's final game as a Tennessee Titan. It is very possible. And that's going to be a lot of things that we're going to be talking about. And now, let's see what they've done at quarterback. Is it Ryan Tannehill or is it Malik Willis? Looks like Tannehill is back in. And so Derrick Henry tries to go left, doesn't get much of any. And Will Anderson came into the game with 5 sacks, has 2 today. Second and 8 for the Titans after only a gain of 2. And he gets it across to Chig, our only tight end, gets it caught, first down Titans. He is the only tight end left right now, unless Kevin Rader returns. And Tannehill goes to Chig again. And right now, we're probably watching Ryan Tannehill, one of his final games as a Tennessee Titan as well, against some other scores. Tannehill give to Derrick Henry up the middle on 2nd and 2, did not pick up the first down, and we got 3rd down. Right now, Baltimore still up big on Miami. Buffalo up by 2 scores on New England. Chicago up 24-10 on Atlanta. Still 17-10 Indy on the Raiders. 19-0 Jags over the Cardinals. The Giants have gotten closer, 20-16. Philly up on Arizona, 28-21. New Orleans up 20-0, and San Francisco all over Washington, 27-10. And Tajay Spears gets nowhere on 3rd and 1. And now it's 4th and 1. Derrick Henry, 12 carries, only 42 yards. Even though he's gotten over 1,000 yards. Tajay Spears, 5 carries, 0 yards. And now the Titans going for it again on 4th and 1. They tried on 4th and goal last time, did not get it. Spears not Henry in the game. And Tannehill will get sacked again. My God, this offensive line is horrible. Nick Barnett, the former Tennessee Vol, getting in on the sack party. And again, this might get Mike Vrabel fired. I mean, the Texans have dominated on both sides. Jalen Duncan completely gets whiffed, gets ran over by Nick Barnett. Jalen Duncan didn't have a chance. So obviously, Andre Dillard stinks. Jalen Duncan stinks just as bad. I mean, left tackle has been horrible the last 2 seasons. Now, the Texans again with a chance to put it away. Toss out to Pierce, and he might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage. Now, Tannehill, collect us all. Tannehill is his contract is up at the end of the year as well, and he ain't coming back. Give again to Dameon Pierce. And so Mike Vrabel just look like I have no idea what to do right now. He doesn't. Of course, we see, like I said, Cardinals down 28-21. You need the Cardinals to win. Be nice, but it doesn't look good for teams that we need to win that are ahead of us in the draft order. Another pitch. Another pitch to a running back. Not good, and they're going to punt the football. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it seems like the Texans are just basically like, we're going to sit on the lead, and they're going to kick another field goal. Make this a 23-point lead. And kick is up, 51. Kick is good, and the Texans add on more points and continue this blowout, 26-3, in which this game was over with a long time ago. And so the Titans are going to fall to 5-11, on the year, which makes it now 5-18 in your last 23 ball games. And so right now, gonna get that loaded up. But yeah, Titans down 26-3. But hey, we gonna party, y'all. We gonna party. I'm gonna see if I can pop up some good music, maybe put it behind me. And we just gonna turn up. Let's put some music on.
Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day.
Let's party, y'all.
I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet. Damn, ain't that great. I don't wanna go to work, cause my boss is a jerk, and I'm not even that paid. I need a change in my life, cause I don't feel alive, and there's nothing that makes me happy. Hold my beer for a minute. I'm about to quit my job, cash in for a ticket. I'm going on a trip and I don't plan to visit. I'm gonna stay there till I feel like I'm winning. Oh, and this is just the beginning. I need a big change, help me feel like living. I need a big swing, home runs I'm hitting, and I'll never look back. Moving on till I get it all.
Charlie Whitehurst helped throw the game away. Yep, I remember that.
But what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be?
I'm gonna answer that question once the game is over. I am on sorry.
What you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be?
All the time.
My strike, my right to fight, to die on. And this is my game to play, to claim a brand new name. Oh,
I know this.
And I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm a bit nervous that I might screw everything up that I've ever done. But what's the point of living if you ain't having fun? I guess I'll try this, try that, might miss, gotta find what I'm good at. I guess I look here, look there, over where am I scared, where am I at? I gotta make it in this life. Whatever makes me happy, know I'm doing things right. Sipping in the summer on a goose and Sprite, or find a nightclub for the end of the night. Oh,
Mike Rabel's in.
And we all got dreams, we all want things. But what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be? And do you believe we can do anything? But what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be? I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign. A sign.
Tannehill sacked again. Tannehill sacked again. I mean, Anderson 2 sacks. Barnett 2 sacks. I mean, Jalen Duncan, they're having a field day on this tight defense. Wow. I mean, if we need to end the season to win, ain't gonna happen. Yes, we do need Chicago to win. Green out to DeAndre Hopkins, trying to just get something. Well, Rams and Giants at 20-19. That's getting it. And Arizona too. Arizona and the Rams, I mean, those are a couple teams. Those are a couple teams. Third and 14, they just go screen to Tajay and getting nowhere. And now 4th and 9. I guess he's going to punt the football. But Mike Vrabel, he just looks done. And he is. I mean, the Titans this season has went as terrible as any season could possibly have went. So Zentner on the punt, and the Titans have basically given up. And a nice bounce on the punt. Get it inside the 10, right at about the 10, maybe the 9-yard line. So nice punt by Zentner, but it's been all Texans all day. I'll put the music back on in a minute. Right now, a feeling of dark. You're up 20-0 right now, collecting Cole. I can see why you're playing defense. And hey, don't need to do anything. And New England is back in the game, 27-1. And so now the Texans are up so good. What have they done? They've went to Davis Mills at quarterback. They have basically said, CJ, you've done enough. We'll save you for next week so we can get in the playoffs. And so now, again, looking at other games, I mean, right now, New England down 27-21 in Buffalo with 11 minutes to go in the fourth. So, I mean, again, teams like New England, teams like the Giants, teams like the Cardinals need to win to help the Titans. And, of course, the Rams up on the Giants 26-19 early in the fourth quarter. The Giants, a score would tie the game. Arizona and Philly tied at 28. New Orleans up 20-7 on Tampa Bay. And it looks like the Commanders are going to fall to 4-12. They will maintain their spot at 4th in the draft order. And so now it's cleanup duty. Give to Dameon Pierce. with 2:21 to go and counting, and this game is about to be all over. And again, people say, well, things can't get fixed in 1 year. You take a look at guys like D'Amico Ryans, Shane Steichen, Mike McDaniel, who's turned it around in Miami, Kevin Stefanski, who's won Coach of the Year before. And I mean, you got a couple of rookie head coaches who could do that. And now it's 2 minutes to go, and we're about to end this thing. So the misery is about to end. Well, at least for this week, we still got one more game that we gotta, unfortunately sit through. But now I'm just score watching other games. But the main teams I'm looking at are the Giants and then the Chargers later. But, man, it's been bad. But I appreciate everybody that's been tuning in, whether you're watching on Twitter, whether you're watching on Facebook or Instagram. I definitely do appreciate that. It's been a rough go of it. And, Zach, you asked me a question earlier. What did you learn from this season and what changes need to be made to improve the 2024 season? Honestly, what I've learned is this team was nowhere near as good as we thought it was going to be. That the offensive line has been bad for nearly 3 years. And I thought you couldn't get anybody worse than Dennis Daly to play left tackle. And we found maybe 2 guys that are worse than Dennis Daly, and Andre Dillard and Jalen Duncan. Both are bad. Skoronski may not be as good as we thought. I don't know if he's dealing with injury or anything like that, but they need a new offensive line coach. Will Levis with protection could be that dude. We need a lot of help offensively. We need an offensive philosophy change. We need more depth. We need a new coaching staff. We need to basically, what I've learned and what needs to happen is we just need to rebuild everything. Just tear it down and start over. Get rid of the coach, get rid of the entire coaching staff, get a new head coach, a new offensive philosophy. The only players I would keep for certain is Will Levis, DeAndre Hopkins, Big Jeff, Danico Autry, Harold Landry, and maybe Roger McCreary. And I would say Stonehouse because he's a heck of a punter. And if you could bring Nick Folk back. But that's about 8 players. Everybody, a lot of other players can go. Can just kick rocks, as far as I'm concerned. So that's kind of what I've learned. It's time for wholesale changes. It's time for wholesale changes because this is an embarrassment of the worst kind. You are getting embarrassed in a way that I didn't even think could happen. You were competitive in the last game, and then here it's like you just fall completely flat on your face. And Vrabel basically didn't have this team anywhere near prepared. I mean, Ryan Tannehill, only 168 yards passing, has been sacked 5 times. Derrick Henry, 42 yards on 12 carries. Nico Collins, Robert Woods has torn you apart. Robert Woods, Nico Collins have both ripped you up. And you thought, well, with Greenert down, they couldn't really get after us like they want. Yeah, they could. Derek Barnett, 1.5 sacks. Will Anderson, first time in about 3 games he played, he got a sack. Jerry Hughes, the old faithful, got a sack. I mean, it's terrible. It is absolutely terrible. And I mean, again, I know Amy Adams Strunk claims she loves Mike Vrabel, but you cannot bring him back. What has Mike Vrabel done to deserve to be back next season? Of course, everybody's going to play in the roster. I'm like, forget that. It doesn't matter who's on the roster. It is their job to develop and perform, and they have not done that. So, again, it's time for Mike Vrabel to go. And I know Tannehill don't want to be back in there, but I guess they don't have no choice. They got to finish this minute 50 of this blowout. And it's so bad, Derrick Henry is not even in there anymore. They're giving it to Jonathan Ward. And I mean, honestly, they probably would put Malik in, but under the emergency quarterback rules, you can't unless Tannehill gets hurt. So Tannehill has to stay in there. I'm surprised Corey Levin isn't in there, at least to get a look. And another give to Jonathan Ward. Ward pushing hard, getting a first down. I would just empty the bench right now. And they're running. So basically, not even trying to pass the ball, the Titans have basically said, we give up. That is basically what they're doing. They're not even trying. The Titans are not even trying to score. I mean, that is, and this right here is the epitome. You at least should show some fight. And I haven't seen any fight shown today. So the Titans are going to fall to 5-11. This horrible season got one more game left before it is all over. And that's going to be the ball game. So the Houston Texans get the win 26-3 over the Tennessee Titans. And everybody, we're going to get ready to call it a day. We would definitely do a post game. I would definitely do a post game tomorrow for New Year's. So we would definitely do that for New Year's, and definitely have the first post game of 2024. And it's really not going to be a lot to talk about. I got to take a look at my fantasy team and see where we are, but it is all over. The Tennessee Titans' abysmal season continues next week as our next and probably last defeat will come at home against the Jacksonville Jaguars, and we'll probably go to 5-12 because Jacksonville have dominated the Carolina Panthers, and they're going to need a win because Indy has won and also Houston has won as well. So they're not going to rest anybody. If Trevor Lawrence can play, he will play. And they're going to battle for the division title. So it's a 3-team race for the division title that the Titans will not be a part of. Of course, they have been a part of this pretty much ever. And so, you know, it's a disgrace what this season has been. And again, I think it's time for the media. It is time for the local media to stand up and say, Mike Vrabel has got to go. Mike Vrabel has got to go. And there's really no sugarcoating it. He's got to go. And anybody who wants to defend Vrabel after this performance by this team, and I understand, offensive line sucks. But it's a lot more than just that. And right now, looking at some other scores, we'll have this updated on tomorrow. Buffalo and New England. New England down 27-21 late, trying to see if they can come back. Chicago up on Atlanta 27-17. Indy up on the Raiders 20-13. Jacksonville pretty much about to win again, winning 26-0. The Giants have the ball with 6:31 to go, down 26-19. Arizona trying to see if they can come back and win. They're down 31-28. New Orleans up 23-7, and the Commanders are going to fall 27-10 to the San Francisco 49ers. So tough way to go out, but I think this game is over. I appreciate everybody tuning in. Thank you to all the new viewers who have come in. Again, I hope you come back and join me again. I will be live tomorrow for post game, and I go live each and every Wednesday for TNT Tonight. And we'll have our first TNT Tonight of 2024 on Wednesday. And we'll be getting ready to preview the final game, the regular season finale against the Jacksonville Jaguars at home. I don't know how many people are going to show up for that last game. But y'all, I thank everybody for tuning in to TNT Tonight. For TNT Live. I'm your man, Chris, a.k.a. Blue Enforcer, a.k.a. The Truth. That was a quick game. And I will see y'all tomorrow for TNT Post Game. Y'all have a good one. And everybody, please be safe if you're going out for New Year's. And everybody, I hope you have a very, very happy start to the new year, even though the Tennessee Titans basically gave us a sad way to end 2023. And Collect the Soul, again, thank you. Good luck to your Saints the rest of the year. We will definitely be talking. Everybody, Happy New Year. I will see y'all next year in 2024. And as always, even though it's painful, we're going to tighten up because that's all we know how to do. Good night, y'all.